Okay, this is part 2 of the second set of questions today. Okay, first question comes from Brandon, and he asked me, do deadlifts hurt discs in your back when you go heavy to a point of soreness but not strain? Okay, well, Brandon, just think of the question that you just asked me. Yeah, basically you're doing two heavy weights. Anything that's going to cause strain on your body, I don't care if you feel it in your muscle. You're doing it's not right form. You want to pick a weight to where it's just enough to properly go through the full range of motion with the correct placement of your body to where it's going to pump that blood to your muscle that you're working without having to compensate for anything else. So if it starts twinging your back and you still feel it in your hamstrings, still too heavy. Drop the weight a little bit, try it again. If you're not feeling it in your hamstrings and it's too light, then find a medium weight that's going to help to give you the best benefit for your hamstrings without hurting your back. Now, if it's to the point where any kind of weight you're doing is straining your back, chances are you might need some recovery from that exercise. So do a variety of other hamstring exercises, such as a laying down leg curl, or a seated leg curl, or hyperextension, or reverse lunges. That's going to help with build your size in your hamstring without putting a lot of strain on your back. So watch the weight and don't go too heavy. Next question comes from two people, Rick and Kim, and they explain the benefits of carbohydrate cycling. Carb cycling is a great way to maintain muscle while you're really trying to lean out. And this kind of only applies to people that are more mesomorph, endomorph, so people that tend to hold on body fat easier. If you're naturally skinny and you have a hard time putting on weight, don't worry about carb cycling. It's more so for leaning out. So basically, carb cycling is, your own pattern of going from a low carb day to a high carb day or a refeed day. And what that does is it depletes your body of glycogen. Once your body runs out of glycogen, it turns to fat for fuel. Okay? And there's a certain period, depending on who you are as a person, that is the duration for your days to run on low carbohydrate diets without tapping into muscle. It takes time to figure out your own body, but maybe start with 2 low carb days, then go to a high carb day, then a medium carb day, back down to low carb day, and repeat that cycle over again. Your high carb days are going to replenish your carbohydrate stores, all your glycogen stores in your muscles, so that you have the energy again to work out. You spike your metabolism, and then when you drop it back down low, it's going to shock your body, and it's going to start tapping into fat for fuel. So that is a great question, and it's a great way to kick off those extra few pounds for the summer, or if you're trying to do a show, or you just want to look a little bit more fit. And next question comes from John. He asked me, once I'm done bulking, what do I have to do to maintain my weight? Do I need to take as much creatine, and do I still need to eat a lot of food? I'm not a big believer on additional supplements unless it's natural. Natural more so in vitamins. So you don't necessarily have to take creatine, nor do you really have to go on any mass gainer shakes or anything like that. What I suggest is still, continue to do your regular lifting pattern. Once you're happy with the size you are, focus on losing a little bit of body fat. So you're actually going to go in the opposite way once you're done bulking and you're really trying to lean out, you're going to have to cut your calories down and incorporate some cardio sessions throughout the week. So it's almost the opposite thing. So you're not going to lose size that way, because chances are when you're bulking you put on some body fat. So as long as you're intaking that protein and it's high enough and you're not doing too much cardio, you should be losing, about a pound, maybe two, at the most, a week of body fat, and while still retaining your muscle mass. And that should really, really help. So opposite thing when you're done bulking, leaning out, cutting your calories down, maybe a couple hundred calories, and adding some more cardio in, keeping the protein high. There you go, muscle mass while cutting down. Okay. And the last question comes from Adrian again. I saved your question for last because you're awesome. Anyway, he asked me, where do I see myself a year from now? I don't really like answering questions about myself, but you asked me, so I will tell you, and I'm sure other people would like to hear. So I'm not exactly sure. Life is very random, and I'm finding that out now at only 24 years old, but I'm definitely pushing and still working hard on doing my first figure show. I have a long way to go, but I really have a big dream of accomplishing it, because I've been working at it pretty hard for the past year, and I'm not going to give up, and I'm just looking to be happy. Training clients is what I love to do. Training myself is what I love to do, and hopefully I'll be inspiring people, having my own business, working on it, and stepping on stage for the first time next year. So that's what I see. Alright, thanks for staying tuned, and I will see you next week.